There is a level of strength that does not look human. The kind of strength where people whisper things like, "He never breaks. Nothing shakes this guy. I do not know how he keeps going." From the outside, it looks like talent. From the inside, it feels like something much darker. Today, I want to show you how one man 4 centuries ago carved that kind of strength out of himself, and how an ordinary man today slowly walks toward the same place. Not through motivation, through subtraction, through destroying everything inside that could be broken. The man from the past is Miyamoto Musashi. The man from the present could be you. Stay with me. Chapter 1. The collapse you never admit. Our story begins with a man called Ryo, 33 years old, stable job, body soft around the edges, eyes tired even after 10 hours of sleep. From the outside, he looked fine. From the inside, he carried a quiet humiliation that never left. He knew this humiliation very well. It appeared every night when he promised himself, "Tomorrow, I will train. Tomorrow, I will wake up early. Tomorrow, I will stop numbing myself with screens." And then watched himself break those promises in less than 24 hours. At work, he nodded in meetings and said he understood. Later, he would stare at the same email for 20 minutes, open a new tab, scroll, close it, repeat. Nothing moved. In the gym, he lasted 1 week. In diets, he lasted 3 days. In sleep routines, he lasted until one difficult evening. His real problem was not ignorance. He watched videos. He read threads. He knew what to do. His problem was that when discomfort arrived, his mind always presented an exit, and he always took it. One day, during a company retreat, there was a simple physical test. A short sprint, some body weight work. Nothing serious. Halfway through, Ryo was bent over, chest burning, hands on his knees while everyone else kept going. Someone clapped his shoulder. "Come on, man, at least finish the round." He laughed and joked about being old. Everyone laughed with him. The moment passed. That night, the joke stopped being funny. He went home, closed the door, sat on the floor of his small apartment, and finally admitted a thought he had been dodging for years. "I am not weak in general. I am weak at the exact moment things become uncomfortable." That sentence stayed in the air, like a verdict. Chapter 2. The Shadow of a Swordsman. Scrolling through his feed to escape that feeling, Ryo stumbled on a documentary clip about a Japanese swordsman. 60-plus duels, no recorded defeat. First duel at 13. Last year spent alone in a cave writing, Miyamoto Musashi. The narrator said something that lodged in Ryo's chest. He was not the most gifted in strength or speed. His advantage was simple. He removed every place inside him where hesitation could live. Ryo replayed that line 3 times. He searched more. He found out Musashi wrote a book near the end of his life, the Book of 5 Rings, where he laid out his approach to combat and to life. It was not a motivational book. It was not poetic praise of samurai spirit. It read like a manual written by someone who did not care if you liked him, only if you understood him. Ryo bought a copy, not the summary, the actual book. He went to a quiet cafe, opened the first pages, and was shocked by what he did not find. No talk about finding your passion. No talk about visualizing success. Instead, he read things like, "Do not have favorite weapons. Do not depend on particular positions. Accept both large and small tasks as equal." At first, this sounded strange. Then something clicked. Musashi was not trying to build strength by stacking more tools on himself. He was cutting away dependencies. If your calm depends on silence, you are fragile. If your training depends on special equipment, you are fragile. If your focus depends on the perfect mood, you are fragile. Ryo realized his entire life was an architecture of conditions. He could only work if he had coffee, only train if he went to the gym, only focus if he had the right playlist, only sleep if he numbed himself with videos until his brain shut down. Remove any condition and everything collapsed. Musashi's message was simple and merciless. As long as your strength depends on conditions, it is not strength. It is a rented costume. Ryo closed the book and understood one thing with painful clarity. Before he could become strong, he had to start removing the places where he was pretending. Chapter 3. The First Cut. Ryo wanted to redesign his entire life. He almost opened a new note and wrote a huge plan. Then he realized that was how he always failed. Big plan, big excitement, fast collapse. So he chose something small, almost insulting. One decision. I will do 10 push-ups every day, anywhere, at any time, with no condition. Not a workout program, not a challenge for social media, just a single act that did not move. Day 1, he dropped onto the floor and managed 7 before his arms gave up. He rested, did 3 more. 10. Part of his brain said, "This is nothing. This will not change your body." Another part replied, "Exactly. This is not for the body yet. This is for the part of you that never finishes anything." He kept that frame. Day 3 he forgot until late at night, when he was already in bed. Old Ryo would say, "Tomorrow is fine." New Ryo rolled onto the floor beside the bed and did his 10, half asleep. They were ugly. His form was bad. That did not matter. What mattered was this new sentence forming quietly inside. When I say I will do something, I do it, even when it is small, even when it is stupid, even when nobody sees. The body was not transforming yet. His identity was. Chapter 4. The Voice That Always Offers an Exit. By day 30, 10 push-ups were easy. The real battle had moved elsewhere. It was not the muscles that resisted. It was the voice, the same one that had controlled his life for a decade. You can do them later. You are tired today, it will be better tomorrow. Missing one day does not matter. Ryo started to notice how often this voice spoke. It was there when he was about to speak in a meeting, when he thought of leaving work on time, when he considered saying no to a favor that would drain him. He realized something dark. He did not lack discipline in general. He had never trained himself to walk straight through that voice. Musashi wrote that in combat, there is no time for two minds. If you split between act and do not act, you create the opening where you die. So Ryo built a private rule. The moment the bargaining starts, I move. If the thought later appeared, he dropped to the floor immediately. No discussion. If the thought skip today appeared, he would at least start. He told himself he could stop at one push-up if he wanted, but he had to begin the moment the excuse arrived. Something strange began to happen. The voice did not stop completely, but it became weaker, shorter, less creative. It was like a salesman who realized the door would always be closed. Eventually, he stopped knocking. Ryo's nervous system was learning something new. Negotiation is allowed in many areas of life. In this one small act, negotiation is forbidden. That line, repeated enough times, becomes terrifyingly powerful. Chapter 5. When difficult stops being drama. After 60 days, Ryo raised the number. 20 push-ups, then 30, then 40. Not because he chased a particular physique, he wanted to test something else. How much discomfort can I walk into intentionally without turning it into a tragedy in my head? He decided on a new private contract. 100 push-ups every day for 30 days. He allowed himself to break it into as many small sets as needed. He allowed any time of day. He did not allow the total to change. Day 1 took nearly an hour. By day 6, his chest was on fire. His shoulders complained. His brain screamed for mercy. "This is pointless. You are not a soldier. You are going to injure yourself. A smart man would stop." He remembered Musashi training with wooden swords until his hands bled because real combat would not care about the condition of his skin. So Ryo made a distinction. Pain that protects is one thing. Pain that comes from resistance to effort is another. Right now, this is second type. I can continue. Day 10, he reached 50 and wanted to quit. He let himself rest longer. Then he returned to the floor. Something important snapped into place around 70. His body was still in pain. His breathing was heavy, but his mind had gone quiet. No more debating. No more narrative about how hard his life was. Just numbers. 71, 72, 73. He finished, lay flat on the floor, and laughed silently. For the first time in his adult life, he had concrete proof. I can feel strong resistance and still complete what I decided without needing drama. This is the real function of hard training. Not to show the world your progress, to show your own brain that it misjudges your limits every single day. Chapter 6. Training the mind like a muscle. Physical training was not enough. Ryo still collapsed mentally in emotional situations. A raised voice from his manager, tension at home, unexpected bills. His body could handle push-ups. His mind still reacted to discomfort, as if it was danger. He returned to Musashi. In the Book of Five Rings, Musashi speaks about the mind in battle staying as it is in ordinary life. No wild emotion, no collapse into fear, just presence. Modern words for this exist: emotional regulation, nervous system training. But Musashi had touched it long before those terms appeared. So Ryo created a second form of training. Whenever strong emotion appeared, he would do three things. First, notice where it landed in the body. Tight jaw, burning chest, shaky hands. Second, name it in his head. Anger, shame, fear. Third, stay still for 3 slow breaths before choosing any action. He used this in meetings. When his boss criticized his work, his old pattern was to shrink, apologize, then hate himself later. With the new rule, he felt his throat close, mentally named it as shame, and stayed with his breath for a few seconds. Only then did he respond. His answer was calmer, his voice more stable. The fear was still there, but it did not control his mouth. He was training himself to create a gap between stimulus and reaction, the same way he had created a gap between excuses and behavior during push-ups. Over weeks, something subtle shifted. The same situation still arrived. The same feelings still came, but they no longer threw him out of himself. This is what ancient warriors called an unmoving mind, not a frozen mind, but a mind that no longer swings wildly every time the world pushes it. Chapter 7. The social cost of becoming difficult to shake. After months of this double training, Ryo was obviously different. He did not talk about discipline. He did not post his progress. He simply behaved differently. He stopped staying late at work just to look busy. He delivered his tasks, then left on time. He stopped joining complaints around the coffee machine. He refused some invitations when he knew they would damage his sleep and training. People noticed. Some colleagues respected it. Some joked about him. Here comes the monk. Careful, guys. He does not waste time anymore. At first, Ryo laughed with them. Then he began to see what sat under the jokes. Every time they saw him keep a promise to himself, they were forced to see the promises they were breaking quietly in their own lives. That comparison hurt. Instead of facing the pain, it was easier to call him extreme. His family also felt it. You are too serious now. You used to be more relaxed. From their side, it was not cruel. They missed the softer version who avoided conflict and joined in every distraction. They did not see what he saw. That relaxed version was slowly destroying himself every year. This is an important part of strength nobody tells you about. When you stop being easy to sway, you stop being easy for people. Your presence becomes a mirror. Some will be inspired, some will pull away. If you are addicted to approval, you will drop your discipline to win them back. Ryo had to choose comfortable acceptance or a life he could respect when he looked in the mirror. He chose the second. Chapter 8. The Final Chain. 1 year after that first awkward set of 7 push-ups, Ryo looked at his life. His body was stronger. He could run without collapsing. He could hold hard conversations without shaking. But there was still one quiet fear. He was terrified of losing it all. Terrified that missing a day would prove it was all fake. Terrified that one injury, one illness, one bad week would send him back to the old version. That fear itself was another chain. He went back to Musashi's last days. An old man in a cave, writing. No rank, no audience, no money, yet he wrote that he regretted nothing. Ryo realized Musashi's freedom did not come from never missing a practice. It came from not tying his identity to outcomes. So Ryo performed one more experiment. He stopped counting streaks. He stopped tracking days on a calendar. He stopped measuring his value by flawless records. He kept only one standard. Did I return to the path today? If he failed one morning, he returned in the evening. If a day was truly ruined by events beyond his control, he did not build a story around it. He slept, woke, and returned the next day. At some point, he noticed an important shift. He was no longer terrified of falling because he had proved to himself that he knew how to stand back up. Strength had moved from being something he was protecting to something that expressed itself through every decision. That is a very different kind of power. Chapter 9. The Scariest Level. 2 years after the company retreat where he had bent over, gasping and laughing to hide the shame, Ryo returned to the same park alone. He ran the same route. His breathing was steady, his mind quiet. He finished, walked slowly, and sat on a bench. He did not feel dramatic pride. He did not feel like a hero. He felt aligned. His inner world and his outer actions finally matched. He did what he said, even when no one watched, and his nervous system now trusted his own word. That is the deepest effect of this path. Your muscles grow, yes. Your endurance grows, yes. But what really changes is the relationship between you and yourself. You stop being a politician making speeches to your own mind. You become a soldier who executes what has already been decided. This is the level that looks scary from the outside, because it proves something most people spend their lives trying not to see. They could be far stronger than they are, but they choose comfort instead, again and again. Miyamoto Musashi built this strength through war, through duels, through endless lonely practice. He stripped away preferences, excuses, dependencies, and the need to be liked. The question is not, how did Musashi do it? You already know enough of that story. The real question is, why are you refusing to do your version of it? You have the same type of body, one that adapts when stressed. You have the same type of mind, one that rewires when patterns are repeated. You have the same 24 hours that you currently leak into distraction and comfortable lies. The difference between the average man and the terrifying man is not secret knowledge. It is the willingness to remove one dependency, remove one escape, remove one lie you tell yourself about what you can handle. Then replace it with one small act that does not move, no matter how your mood changes. Do this long enough and something in you will die. The part that bargains, the part that always looks for the side door. That death will feel strange and heavy. People around you may feel uncomfortable. But what is born in its place is the same thing Musashi carried into every duel. A mind that does not hesitate. A body that obeys that mind. A life that, at the end, can look back and say, "I did not waste what I was given." That is the scariest level of mental and physical strength. And it is available to you, starting from the next small decision you refuse to run away from.